So today I'm going to show you how to do a Chi-squre test, a t-test, and a ANOVA test in Excel, and I'll be using the example that I learned in class today. Should be pretty straightforward once you see how I do it. The first test that I'll be doing is a Chi-squre test, and first you need to know what you're looking for. And in this test, we want to know the time of day men and women come to this gym place, the AFC. And so you get your data. This data was given to me by my class. And so the first thing you need to do is go to Insert, go to Pivot Table. It's already selected the range, so you can press OK. Alright, now we're doing gender and the time of day they came to that place. So gender can go into rows. Okay, and then time of day they came to the place is called day part. And it goes into columns, and it goes again into values. And that's how you make the first chart. The next thing you need to do is click on these column labels and the row labels and deselect blank. And now it's correct. If you don't do that, then your whole setup will be wrong. Your whole Chi-squre test will be wrong. So you need to get rid of those blanks. So the next thing you do is click on row labels, expand it, right click, copy, and you can just drop it down to the next row. Now what you need to do is erase all of this inside, just these 3 or 6 values, and expand it using this just to make it look easier, just to make it easier. Now you need to fill in these 6 blanks with the predicted values. These are the actual values, but now you actually need to predict, what would be here according to all the data. So to fill in the prediction values, you click on the square that you're doing, and you press equals grand total of the row times the grand total of the column divided by the grand total of everything. And you do that for all of the squares. And now that you've got all of these filled in, now you can click on any square, press equals again, and then type in Chi-squre.test, and right here it's all the way at the bottom. Click on it, and now it's going to ask you for the actual range and expected range. And so for the actual range, you click right here and drag across, and then press comma, and now for the expected range, which you just filled in, and then close everything off, and that is your p-value, 0.3539. So that's how you do a Chi-squre test. I'll be doing a t-test, and here's the hypothesis given. We're looking for revenue from both male and female customers. So you can pause this for a second, but I'm going to go ahead and do the t-test. To do the t-test, here is the information. Here's the entire Excel of info, and so we want to know how much revenue we got from each person by gender. So the first thing you need to do this t-test is go to data, and then from data go to filter. Once you get to filter, click up here and select the first one first. As you can see, it just changed all of the revenue. Now click on the column, which is AA, and then right click. Alright. Now go to a new sheet. This is a blank sheet. Click on the top of the column and click this first paste option. This is for males, I think. Now go back to gender, deselect 1 and select 2. Now revenue changed again, and this time right click at the top of the column, go back to your sheet and paste. Now we have revenue for men and women. Next thing you do is go to a new, actually the next thing you do is go to data analysis, scroll down and find t-test, 2 sample assuming equal variances. Open it. Variable 1 range is going to be your first one. You don't have to select the labels, just do the numbers. So that would be your first. Second one is the female revenue. Alright. Right here, you don't need to do anything else. Just click OK. So from right here, you want to look at this option, PT less than equal to T 2 tail. And this will be your p-value, 0.3234. And as you can see, 0.3234. And you want to look at this value. And as you can see, it does not beat our alpha of 0.05, so we cannot reject the null hypothesis. So now I'll be showing you how to do the ANOVA test, and here's the hypothesis test. I'll let you read this for a second. But basically we want to know the revenue from each customer by different education level. So if you're just looking at the data, you just got into Excel, don't know where to start, click on data and filter, and it brings up all these little tabs for each variable. So they want to know education by the revenue of every person according to their education. So click on education, deselect all, and then now click on 1. Now it shows all the revenue, only 4 people with education 1, and here's the revenue. Now go into a new sheet and paste. Alright. Go back to data, go back to education, deselect 1, now click 2. As you can see, a lot more choices, a lot more people with education 2. And now go back to sheet 4 and paste. And now you have to do this for the rest of them, and I'll just do it really quickly. Alright, now I got everything filled up from all, these are the 6 education levels. And here's all the revenue. Now go back to data analysis, click on data analysis, click on data analysis. Now click on ANOVA single factor. Now it wants to know the input range, and the input range is going to be all of this. Cool. Now click OK. So here's the ANOVA test, and as you can see, our p-value is 0.458, and here in the instructions it's also 0.458. So in reality, you would not reject the null hypothesis because the p-value is so high. You would not reject this, and so revenue from each customer is the same for the customers with different education level. You can't reject it, so it is a possibility. And so that's how you do all three of the tests. I hope this helped out a little bit. Thanks for watching.